Welcome back to 80s Comics for the review of Mark Hazzard MERC from November of 1986, part of Marvel's new universe, which is known for being terrible, but MERC, issue number 1, is surprisingly good. This is actually much better than I expected. It's been like 30 years since I've read this, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Let's check it out because I'm going to recommend this one. MERC. It's very 1986. This actually reminds me a lot of Predator without the Predator, like the team from Predator, a group of mercenaries in the jungle. But it starts out introducing Mark Hazzard. His name's Mark. He's got to be good. You know what Mark means? Powerful warrior. It also means rad dude who likes 1980s comic books. Like this one, MERC. I love that the logo is on fire. It's a cool opening shot here. Mark Hazzard and his friend jump out of a helicopter in the jungle. Here's the creative team. Gray Morrow does an amazing job with the artwork. It's very gritty, a lot different than most of the other issues that I typically review on here. It's a really cool looking book. This opening scene plays straight out of a 1980s action film, which is great, as Mark Hazzard overthrows a dictator by force, while we get a gumdinger adventure on the opposite page. Dude throws a knife at him. I love how he catches the knife, tosses it back at him, stabs him in front of his daughter, who comes running out screaming. The guards all start to shoot each other. There's explosions, and he's just replaced a dictator with another dictator who's just as bad as the dictator that was replaced in the first place. But he gets paid for it, so that's good. Except Mark Hazzard is a mercenary with a heart of gold. He finds out what the guards are about to do to that guy's daughter, and he saves her. Guy reminds me a lot of Dutch from Predator, Schwarzenegger's character from Predator. The jungle action scenes are really good. We get a nice bit of backstory on Mark Hazzard's character. He drops out of West Point to enlist in Vietnam as a grunt, infuriating his parents, who basically hate him for the rest of the issue. He's got a lot of Vietnam flashbacks, and ends up saving this girl in the jungle. And this shot's great. His mom seems like a real peach. All right, Mark, but for old time's sake, here's one more order. Get out of my house, you ungrateful snot. After 3 tours of Vietnam, let's say he's pretty good at his job, and in the end ends up losing all the money, but he does save the girl's life. She doesn't seem particularly grateful about that either. Like this shot here where the helicopter mows down a bunch of the guards, and at the very end, we actually feel bad for him because he's got a family and an ex-wife. His ex-wife hates him. His mom hates him. His friends are disappointed in him. The girl that he saves is pissed off at him. The people he shot are probably not very happy with him. But you know what? I'm happy with it. I'm okay with Mark Hazzard MERC. It's pretty good. You know what MERC also means? Guy who sucks at gardening. That's what the Band-Aid is there for. But don't worry. I'll be fine. For whoosh! For boom! This book gets an A+ for explosions and sound effects, by the way. I don't know about you, but Butta Butta is one of my favorite comic book sound effects. That one never gets old. Look, it's over here, too. Butta 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 Butta. If you like Predator, if you like 1980s action movies, and if you enjoy comics like The Punisher, check this one out, even though it's not like The Punisher. The Punisher has a very different vibe. This one is trying to be gritty and a bit more realistic, a bit more believable, with a hard luck story about this guy, Mark Hazzard, whose name is on fire. I enjoyed this one. I'm not sure how long the series ran. I have issue 11. Got a couple of these Mark Hazzard MERC books to review on here, so check it out yourself. It's not going to cost you very much because of that. Nobody wants that, but you may be surprised. Mark Hazzard MERC number 1 is pretty good. Highly recommended by 80scomics.com. You won't see many New Universe comics highly recommended around here, but this one's fun. A lot of fun. Dig it.